What's up, mages all over the world? My name is Martin and I'm raising flag from Prague, Czech Republic in Europe. If you're new on this channel, definitely consider subscription. We got historic decks, standard decks, some commander decks, and a huge giveaway of Jeweled Lotus in foiled extended art. Pretty expensive card, but it's only for subscribers. So I would appreciate if you subscribe. It's free way how to support this channel and content of Magic the Gathering YouTuber, which is me, Martin. What we got today? Today we got SULTAI Ultimatum deck. It's SULTAI Control deck, and it's probably #1 most played deck in standard right now. Probably #1 deck, like the best deck, most consistent deck in standard right now. There are decks specifically built against this deck, but overall it's so consistent that it gets you to mythic like in no time, and definitely worth crafting this deck because it's so powerful and it's on the top of the hill so long that I guess it proves its strength. We all know what this deck can do. We got a bunch of cards to ramp, to get a lot of mana soon. We got Quadrix Cultivator, new card from Strixhaven, which helps us ramp even more, and we got Body on board. We got a lot of removals. Baleful Mastery, it's great removal, it's exiling things, it's just 2 mana if you want if you let your opponent draw, and it's 4 mana just exiling effect. Destroying, we got Valki, of course, just disrupt their hand and see what they are playing. We got Yorion for the late game. We got Biting the Old Gods, which we can flick with Yorion, and some Omens, 2 Mystical Dispute to protect our ultimatum, and then we got package for ultimatum. I would like to stop here for a minute because a lot of time you need to play with ultimatum what's on board. I mean, you have to play according to game you are playing, which means when opponent is aggro deck and there are a lot of creatures, you probably want to destroy them, which means one of your choice would be Shadow Verdict, the second would be Extinction Event, and you got pretty much guaranteed to get rid of most of or all board. But for aggro deck specifically, if you are not in a hurry, if you could manage and destroy their creatures through the process of ramping, then I would appreciate package of Alrund's Epiphany, which is next turn and 2 flying 1/1 birds. Vorinclex, which will give your stuff more counters and half counters to your opponent. And Kiora Best of C. That's for aggro decks package, because when they leave you with Vorinclex and next turn, that's a huge amount of damage. When they leave you with next turn and Kiora Best of C, then you got 8/8 with hexproof and automatically tap all their creatures again, a huge amount of damage. And when they leave you with Kiora Best of C and Vorinclex, that's probably even worse, because Kiora will jump right on the 2 second chapter, which means you got haste, you got 8/8 hexproof, and you tap all your creatures and you are attacking, which is pretty insane for aggro decks. And when you are not playing against aggro decks, then the package would be Professor Onyx, Vorinclex, and Alrund's Epiphany. And again, if they leave you with Professor Onyx and Vorinclex, it's basically GG, because you got right away Ultimatum of Professor, and each opponent may discard a card. If they don't, they lose 3 life. Repeat this process 6 more times. So when they don't have any cards, it's 7 times 3 life, which is 21, and they are basically dead even if you haven't deal any damage. So that's something what they don't want. And the rest is the same. It's next turn with Vorinclex. Huge amount of damage when they're tapped out, for example, or they don't have any blockers. And the last option would be Professor Onyx and Alrund's Epiphany. And with Magecraft, it's a lot of life throwing away. You can find some cards, you can opponent has to sacrifice creature. Sorry. So again, it's a really strong setup package for destroying your opponent. So this is 3 packages, 2 packages, non-aggro decks, Professor Onyx, Vorinclex, and Alrund's Epiphany. And when it's aggro decks, it's Kiora, Best of Sea, Vorinclex, and Alrund's Epiphany. And you basically won the game. You got Crawling Barrens also in land base, which is more win con in this deck. And otherwise, it's pretty easy, straightforward deck. Ramp, throw Ultimatum. If you don't have Ultimatum, you probably have one of your bombs, which means you can easily win with just Kiora, Best of Sea, because you are destroying everything what opponent has, and then play Kiora or Alrund's Epiphany, and it should be pretty easy to find Ultimatum, and with Mystical Dispute go it through. And if it's not, it's still winnable. In current meta, you have to be careful on Vinota, which means you have to have your removal, instant speed removal ready, or Mystical Dispute ready, or you have to kill everything what would trigger Vinota in order to survive. So it's pretty hard in current meta. Maybe you should give 4 Baleful Mastery to your deck. It depends what decks will you meet in your games. If it's gonna be Vinota all the time, throw counter spells and instant speed removals and you are good. But if you're not meeting much Vinota decks, then this setup is absolutely perfect and it can win you a lot of games. Let's see how we perform. There will be probably only one game because the games are all the same. Survive, play Ultimatum, and you are good. So hopefully we will win right away and the video will be quick. Let's do it. Alright, we got ramp. Vorinclex could be in our deck, but hey, since we got so many ramp, we could play those cards right away. We will save our Valki. It's mono red, so we could use it for Torben or something big. Okay. Alright. Throw your creatures in play. Right. That's what we like. See you later. And we are good. We want green and blue. Let's see what you got in hand. I still want to see that. All right. So, Grimrock Knight and playing Grimrock Knight. Next turn it could be Embercleave. So next turn will be mine. All right. Now what? I will not survive if they play Embercleave. So let's have some blockers. So Seer. How to play around Embercleave. I need instant speed removal. They got no land. So they will probably kill my creatures with Shock and Soul Seer. They didn't use Shock. Alright. You can use Embercleave for your token. Good. Let's play Professor. Let's restart Professor. No attack. So far, we are good around Embercleave. And that was it. And we are back with our deck. Yeah, you saw that. The main nemesis of Sultai Ultimatum or Sultai Control deck is Mono Red, because they are super fast and can kill you right like in 4th turn. So yeah, you need to be clean, you have to have board wipe, and you need to get to Ultimatum pretty fast. And we managed that. We destroyed Mono Red pretty easily. The rest decks should be easy. We did slight change, so for you who stayed till the end, you can see that we throw away Mystical Dispute and get in Test of Talents, new card from Strixhaven. We got absolutely slaughtered with this card because we had 3 ultimatums in our hand, so I played it because hey, it doesn't matter if it gets countered. But Test of Talents, counter target instant or sorcery spell, search its controller's graveyard, hand and library for any number of cards with the same name as the spell and exile them. That player shuffle, then draw a card for each card exiled from their hand this way. Which means all our 3 ultimatums gone, exiled, and from our library, the last one exiled too. And this is pretty powerful, pretty strong card against Mirror Match. And that's probably what you need, because Mono Red you can destroy with all removals. A white aggro, white deck is pretty annoying because of Spellbinder, which could slow you down pretty easily. But we could manage that with our removals and with Valki. And then yeah, that's probably it. Sultai Ultimatum Mirror Match. And this card is beast in this mirror match, so definitely using this card. The package works perfectly. Test it out, enjoy, have fun. You can do slightly different decks, more ramp or more removals, more counter spells if you're into counter spells, and have fun. Have a magical day or night, whatever. I don't know what time you are watching this video, but thank you for watching. Leave comment, like, consider subscription, and see you at the next one. Bye bye.